Hello coffee friends, today we are talking about how to make coffee on the road. I spent the last month on a road trip through California and brought along a few brewers to make plenty of coffee along the way. We'll be walking through the pros and cons of each brewer, and our favorite may surprise you. So let's hop into it. Hello, my name is Stephen Holm and I am with Homegrounds, a resource for you to learn more about brewing and enjoying better quality coffee right at home. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment down below letting us know if there is anything in particular you'd like to see a video about. We are talking about how I make coffee while I travel. And this could be applied whether you are road tripping like I did, or flying out of the country, or even just going on a quick weekend visit where you don't know what your coffee options will be, or you know that your coffee options are going to be limited, especially say if you're staying in hotels, and we all know that hotel coffee is just not very good. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at brewing methods that fit into three main categories. First is portability, probably the most important. Second is ease of use. And third is any brewers that require minimal additional equipment, meaning that you should be able to go to a place and just require hot water and really nothing else unless you'd like to grind your coffee fresh, which we always do recommend, but obviously sometimes it's just not as easy to bring along a dedicated grinder. However, if you are interested, the Porlex mini hand grinder is an excellent option for those who travel frequently and are looking to grind their coffee fresh while on the road. We will be making a separate video looking at this grinder. So first off, let's talk about portable pour overs. And here I have an extremely portable pour over that just blows my mind that I can travel with just this, and as long as I have ground coffee and access to hot water, I can have a fresh pour over anywhere. This one in particular is made by GSI Outdoors. It is really made for a minimalist backpacking scenario. But how this works is you just clip these onto a mug, and here you have everything you need for a pour over. This is a fine mesh filter, so no need for any additional filters or anything. Now there are plenty of options on the market for portable pour overs just like this, whether they're made with foldable silicone or reusable metal baskets, or you could even bring something like a Hario V60, something that's not necessarily made for travel, but they're so small that you can carry them around. Now obviously they fit the bill on portability. This one in particular I can just throw in my pocket here and have a pour over whenever I want. However, the trickiness comes into play with ease of use. Now, if you know anything about making a pour over, you know how important the actual pouring is. And it's not just enough to have hot water with you. You need a way to pour manually and precise over a pour over. I was lucky that when I was in the wilderness, the pot that I had with me poured a really nice, even, steady stream. And there are also options out there for a portable kettle that you can bring with you. And another little travel hack that I recommend is if you are at, say, a hotel with paper cups, you can just fold them and have a little crease at the end, and that will give you a precise pour over. And then lastly, with minimal additional equipment, obviously options like this, I don't need anything else other than just hot water and coffee. Some you may need additional filters or whatnot, but any of that is going to be pretty easy and small for you to take around on the road. And if you are interested in learning how to make a great pour over, I will link the video to the Hario V60 tutorial we have right up here. Now our next option is going to be a homebrewer's favorite, the one and only, the Aeropress. The Aeropress is such a great and versatile brewer. It is made for portability. It does have some smaller paper filters, but there are plenty of metal filters out there that you can use. In my case, I just brought the Fellow Prismo with me. We have other videos taking a look at the Prismo and all of the different ways that you can brew with an Aeropress. I will link all those right up here in the description. The Aeropress fits all of the criteria we're looking at. It is obviously nice and portable. It is extremely easy to use, and there are many ways to use it. And once again, it doesn't really require any additional equipment. Now, if I had to find a downside about the Aeropress, it's definitely not the smallest brewer that we'll be looking at today. It isn't the best shape, especially if you are doing something like backpacking where every little inch counts and you can't really have something bulky like this in your bag. And that's about it. The Aeropress is a great brewer. It's nice and versatile. I brought it with me and brewed it in multiple places, and I just love using the Aeropress. Now, next up, we're looking at something that unfortunately I did not get before my trip, but I have been using it the last few weeks, and I love it. It is the Wacaco, however you pronounce it, the Nanopresso. This is a portable espresso maker. It is super tiny. You can look at it here next to the Aeropress. It is smaller than an Aeropress, and it makes espresso, and it makes really good espresso. And you don't need anything else other than really finely ground coffee and hot water, and you have delicious espresso in minutes. It is not the easiest thing to use. There are a lot of little parts in here that you do have to keep track of, and it's a little bit on the heavier side, but if you are willing to carry this around with you and you are looking for really good espresso, I highly recommend this. We will be doing a separate video review on this, but we do already have a text review on the Homegrounds website that I will link in the description down below. Now, next up is actually my personal favorite that I used while I was traveling. It is also by far the most portable, the easiest, and requires the least amount of additional equipment. It fits everything and outranks everything, and it may surprise you, it is actually instant coffee. Instant coffee has always had a bad rap. It's usually not high quality coffee, and the way that companies have traditionally made it just doesn't make a good cup. But technology is evolving. Companies are coming out producing instant coffee that tastes incredible. This company, Voila, was nice enough to send us some free samples. We are not required to say anything nice about them, but I have nothing but nice things to say about Voila coffee. It was great. It was just these little packets that were basically the size of a tea packet, and you just dump the coffee crystals into your mug, add hot water, and you are all set. Now, I will say that the quality of this instant coffee isn't quite up there with the quality of freshly ground, freshly brewed coffee. It's not quite there yet, but I'm optimistic, and honestly, the joy of being able to wake up and just grab a little packet of instant coffee and make that out in the middle of nowhere was so worth it. These were by far my personal favorite while I was traveling, and I highly recommend you check them out. Now, the last brewers that we're going to look at are a wider range. It's this category that I'm gonna call portable brewers that weren't made for travel but can be used for such. That would be things kind of like, say, the mocha pot or French presses, or things like percolators and whatnot. There are plenty of other brewers that you can take with you when you travel, but they probably won't fit into either the portability category, ease of use, or they require additional equipment, one of which could be electricity. So that is it for this video. Just a quick look at some brewers that you could use next time you travel. If you enjoyed it, give it a quick thumbs up and leave us a comment down below if we missed maybe your favorite brewer that you take whenever you travel. Thank you so much for watching, and happy brewing.